It's September 2nd, 2025, about 3:15, and today I'm back aboard Seaquestor, my Allied Princess 36 Ketch from 1973, and I want to talk about yet another system, and the system I'm going to do today is the electrical system. So let's get going. Seaquestor has both a 12-volt DC and a 120-volt AC shore power system. I do have an inverter, but it's not wired into the system. It's just sitting on a shelf, and I have to connect it if I want to use it. When we bought the boat, this was the circuit breaker panel, and there's still one circuit active on here. That is the bilge pump, and one of the first things I did was to get rid of that panel and install this new circuit breaker panel. And over the years we've added a number of other things. Below that is the gas control panel, which turns the solenoid on and off in the propane locker, and also has an alarm system. And that is the circuit breaker for the Lumar windlass, and an up-down switch for the windlass if we want to run it from inside the boat. When we got it, I don't know if it was the original wiring, but the boat was wired with automotive grade wire, untinned copper wire, solid wire, not stranded. So over the years I have ripped that wire out and replaced it with marine grade Ancor wire. Now, the 12-volt system is powered by 12-volt flooded lead acid batteries. There are 3 of them in that box right there, and there are also 2 more batteries back aft, and giving us a total of 5 group 27 105 amp hour lead acid batteries. They're switched by 2 switches up here. The red switch is 1-2 both switch, which is used basically to turn the engine start battery on, which is one of the 5 batteries, and the little silver switch behind it turns the house bank on and off, and that is a 175 amp rated switch. Now, the 2 additional batteries in the back were put in when I added the electric winches, because I didn't know how much power they were going to use. I really didn't have a good feel for it. It turns out those batteries aren't necessary, that the 205 amp hour house batteries that were on the boat before, that are housed in this box, were more than adequate, because although the electric winches draw 150 to 200 amps when they're running, a full day of sailing is likely to use less than 10 minutes of battery time, which is not very many amp hours. The winches are switched here with another 175 amp switch, and we have replaced all of the lights on the boat except one with LED lights here, there, up on the bulkhead, and there are also more bulkhead lights in the other compartments. The only light that has not been changed, although it's been changed since we bought the boat, is this fluorescent light in the galley. It had incandescent lights, which we didn't like, and we put that in within, I think, the first weekend we owned the boat. So that's the only non-LED light on board the boat. The electrical system is pretty simple on this boat. Basically, you can look at the panel here and see what's included. Got the cabin lights, And we've got water pressure. There is a pressurized water pump. We've got NavCom, which has the chart plotter and the radar if it's installed, and the NMEA 2000 bus, and the depth and speed instrument. We've also got running lights, and then there is a mast light, which is on the forward face of the mast, and an anchor light at the top of the mast. And it's wired for spreader lights, but they're no longer on the mast because I put them on, and for some reason many years ago, when the boat was still stored in a boatyard, one of their electricians took them off. I don't know why. So they're no longer up there. And so that's basically it. We've got electrical lights, and the heater here is also on the electrical circuit. It's on the lighting circuit. The only electrical component in that heater is a 12-volt computer pancake fan that circulates air through it, that only draws like 150 milliamps. So it is not a big draw. And that's pretty much it. As I said, a very simple electrical system. In addition to DC, the boat has shore power. And down here inside the boat are 2 electrical outlets, one in the galley, and if we go forward, there's another electrical outlet up here on the vanity sink in the forward cabin. And the only other component on the AC system, or components on the AC system, are the water heater, which is in the cockpit locker just after the bulkhead there, where the non-toxic antifreeze is sitting, the jugs of pink liquid. And there is also an ancient battery charger back there that we have not used since 1996. And frankly, I wouldn't trust it anymore. It's just been sitting there for 30 years. So that's it for AC. The AC system worked fine the last time we used it, which was in 1996, the weekend after we bought the boat. Since then, we kept the boat on a mooring for many years where there was no power, and we got out of the habit of using anything AC on the boat, so it we just never ever use it. And electric here is quite expensive. It runs about $12 a day to use shore power here for a 30 amp circuit, and it just isn't worth it to us. We basically don't run anything that would need shore power. The only other part of the electrical system is solar panels. There's 40 watts of solar panels on the cabin top that is wired to a Victron MPPT charge controller, the blue instrument back there that's connected to the house bank. Now that very simple solar setup is enough, given the way we use the electrical system on the boat, to keep the batteries at float. I just came on the boat about 15 minutes ago, and the batteries were at float and just fine. The only other part of the electrical system is the alternator on the engine. The Westerbeek 46 came with a stock 50 amp alternator. That is wired directly to the start battery, so that it's impossible to accidentally turn off the output from the alternator and blow the diodes. And there is a battery isolator between the start battery and the house batteries. So that's pretty much it. It's a very simple system, and we're happy with it. It meets our needs. But we're not going to be installing an induction cooktop or anything like that. If I was to upgrade and put refrigeration in the icebox, I probably would want to upgrade the solar to at least, say, 200 watts of solar. That would probably be enough with the battery bank to keep everything going for quite a while. Now, I should say that the batteries are getting near the end of their life. I think that next year is going to be pretty much it for them, and they will need to be replaced. Last time I priced them, those particular batteries run about $140 to $150 each. So 5 of those is going to be $700 to $750. And it might be worth considering upgrading to lithium, although you do have to be careful with the loads there. You probably have to have at least 200 amps of current available to run the electric winches. So switching over to lithium would not be all that straightforward, because we do have some high current draw things, and it might be better to keep those on lead acid and just use lithium for the rest of the system. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. We will probably stay with lead acid. The only tricky part about lead acid is the batteries are heavy, and it is quite a challenge to get them out of the battery box there by the quarter berth. It's doable, but it is kind of a pain. So that's the electrical system on Seaquestor. Very simple, nothing fancy. It has all been rewired with marine grade wire, and all the wire sizes are adequate, particularly the lighting circuit, now that we have all LED lights, which if you turn every light on in the boat, it draws, let's see, around 1 amp. So less than the 15-watt incandescent bulb did. So we're happy with that, and everything is working pretty well. Okay, thanks for watching.